Great cat growing up. Her name was Hibiscus. Hibiscus was a black and white calico cat, and she was softer than grass in a field. My parents got her right before I was born, and I always thought it was cool to have a cat that was about the same age as me. Her story starts before that, though. Before Hibiscus was Hibiscus, she was an alley kitten in downtown Chicago. Half the story with Hibiscus is how we got her. So I have to tell you a little bit about my Aunt Paula. My Aunt Paula is an English teacher on the south side of Chicago, and she is a bona fide cat lady. Right now, she has about 3 cats in her one-bedroom apartment, and 2 of those are strays that she plucked off the street. Now, she doesn't go hunting down cats to bring back to her condo. She kind of just falls into them. For example, her newest cat, Striker, she fell into during the last Chicago Teachers Union strike, hence the name Striker. In a crowd full of people yelling and stomping around, Striker goes right up to my Aunt Paula and will not leave her alone. This is the same way that we got Hibiscus. Backtrack about 20 years to 1997, and my Aunt Paula is getting ready for work. She's already late, but as she's rushing downstairs into the alley, she finds a kitten at the door. Black and white, with a squeaky little meow. She was too small to be away from her mother, so Aunt Paula asks around to see if this kitten belongs to anyone. No one can tell her anything. So, being the cat lady that my Aunt Paula is, she takes this kitten and brings her back into the apartment. She leaves her with some food and water and then goes off to work. Now, she would have loved to keep this kitten all to herself, but this version of Aunt Paula is fresh out of college with roommates and a lease that says no pets. What on earth was she going to do with this kitten? My parents had recently lost their cat, so she approached them about taking in this kitten. They weren't crazy about the idea of dealing with a kitten and a newborn baby at the same time, but eventually they gave in. And thank God that they did. I really loved that cat. Once we moved up from Chicago to Minnesota, Hibiscus was an outdoor cat. She didn't have any claws, but that didn't stop her from leaving dead chipmunks in the yard or roughing up the neighborhood cats. She didn't fight all of them, though. My cat had quite the romantic life as well. Once for a few weeks, there was a male cat, black and white just like her, who would sit in front of our door and wait for Hibiscus to come out. Where they went and what they did, I have no idea. There was also the Slutsky's cat, Max. Max was a gray cat who liked to be outside as much as Hibiscus, and we would always see them wandering around together while we rode our bikes. One day when I was about 12, Max got hit by a car. For a while after that, Hibiscus would wait in the Slutsky's yard for Max to come out, but eventually she went back to hunting chipmunks by herself. She was a good cat, though. She always came into my room and made me pet her until we both fell asleep. My arm got tired, but I loved listening to her purr and her heartbeat. She never liked to play with any cat toys, and until I was about 10 years old, she ran away from me on sight. But we grew up together. She never hissed at me or fought with the dog, and she never scratched me when I tried to pick her up. I loved her so much. She was the best cat I could have had.